It's been every athlete's dream to represent the country at the Olympics or the Paralympics because that's like the pinnacle of the event, and I'm no less than that dream. And I've dreamt of this dream probably 10, 12 years ago when I just started swimming, when I just started representing India at that time. And now that I'm representing India at the Paralympics, it's like a dream come true for me. I mean, I took up swimming as you said, as part of aquatherapy because I was born with a deformity, and the doctors had suggested to strengthen my legs, and I had an option between horse riding or swimming. But as a kid, I was very scared to get on a horse, so I thought, why don't I just get into the water and tap my hands? And that's how I discovered swimming. But then once I got into the pool, once I got into the water, I felt like a fish. I was moving from one place to another very easily, whereas on land, people used to carry me everywhere. So I had that sense of freedom in water. And that's made me love that sport so much that I've taken it up professionally. I took it up professionally 14 years ago, if I can recall. And now here I stand representing India at the Paralympics this year. When I joined Jain, I directly met Chendraj sir. I remember the day, and I told him that I'm a para swimmer, and he was very very warm, and he was very very receiving. He said, "You're going to make it to the top one day, and you'll have all the support that you need from an institution." It was kept up by Chendraj sir's words, as well as a big shout out and a big thank you to Shankar sir, who's been like a pillar of support ever since I got into Jain. Even if you look at my records in Jain, I've never attended classes that easily or that much because of my training schedule and a lot of outdoor camps, training abroad and stuff like that. But they've been very, very caring towards me. They've been very, very considerate towards me, whether it was special classes, whether it was special exams. In fact, Jain is known for its sports people doing well at the world level, including cricketers, including Olympic champions, including Paralympic champions. So it's been a great journey with Jain University. I've always had the privilege to interact with our Chendraj sir as well as Shankar sir directly to know, how my training goes, as well as they have been equally curious to know how I've been training, how I've been performing well. I still remember when I joined Jain, I was probably ranked somewhere in the hundreds in the world ranking. But then by the end of 2015, when I graduated from Jain, I was in the top 15 in the world. So that's been the support, and that's been the encouragement that I've got from an institution like Jain. Since birth, I've undergone around 19 surgeries on my spine, on my legs, on my lower limbs. But when I took up swimming, I took it up as a challenge. I wanted to prove people that a sport is not just for the abled. There are sports for the differently abled, and we are going to excel in it. And of course, as an athlete's career, you are going to have setbacks, you're going to have injuries. But in my case, it was a lot more. My injuries used to last for 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, and staying outside the water for such a long time is a huge setback for you because you sometimes are peaking, and then once you have a surgery, you don't swim at all, so you'll have to come back to zero. Sometimes you get back to minus, and then you'll have to start peaking again to zero and to get back to your best of the shape. But one thing that I've always learned from my coaches and from my team is that patience and perseverance is going to make you a successful person, or is going to take you to the top. And I've always been mentally tough. I've been told that, and I believe that as equal as the physical fitness comes into place, mental fitness also comes into place at the elite level of sport. There are going to be pressure, there are going to be people talking about you, there are going to be critics, there are going to be people who are going to support you. But then at the end of the day, it's going to be your race, it's going to be your sport, and it's going to be your career. So it's how you take it up and how you come back strongly. I also believe that working out in the darkness and your performance makes such big noises. So that's something that I've always believed in. As an athlete, you see a lot of ups, you see a lot of downs. In a sport like swimming, time can be ruthless. Microseconds can put you on the podium, microseconds can put you off the podium. So I've had a few events where even I've won gold medal, but then I've not been able to achieve the time that I have been focusing on, or my team or my coach has been focusing on. To name a to name one incident, I guess when I got qualified for the Commonwealth Games in 2014, I was training at par, and then a couple of weeks before the Commonwealth Games, I fell ill and I was not able to take part. So that was like a big setback for me because I was preparing so much for the competition. But then had the World Junior Games coming up a few months later after the Commonwealth Games. So I started preparing for that, and I put up a great show there. I even got a title as the Junior World Champion. And yeah, so there have been ups and downs, but it's just that you got to take as much as the victories you take as the losses that you have. I try to take and derive inspiration, motivation from everyone and anything around me. That's one thing. Definitely my parents, my family, my friends, who I name them as my extended family. So these are the first ones. I also try to look at swimmers abroad. It could be Michael Phelps, it could be Adam Peaty. These people have been like GOAT. They've been the best in their events, and they've inspired me in many ways. Of course, when it comes to Indian sports people, I look up to Rahul Dravid, who's been like a big inspiration and support. In fact, a foundation that I am part of, he's been a part of the boarding member there. So I've interacted a lot with Rahul Dravid. So I try to take that calm and composure from him that he has shown over the years on field and off field. We are on the right track. We are probably progressing from I would compare it to 10, 12 years before as to where we were to where we are now. In a sporting nation like India, we're progressing. Even if you look at our recent Tokyo Olympics, our contingent had a fabulous stint, and we had one of the best Olympics in the history. So as a sporting nation, of course, we are progressing in the right path. But while it comes to para and while it comes to the support that I am looking forward in the future, I would want to support a lot more para athletes in fulfilling their dreams. It could be just sports, it could be just education, it could be multiple factors, even inclusiveness, disability. These are the few patterns and the methods that we are looking at in my foundation in the future, which should come out soon is what I can say from now, because me being an athlete, active athlete myself, I want to give and devote more time and help the next generation as well in realizing their dreams. So it's a long-term process, probably when I retire in the next 4-5 years or so. But yeah, that's definitely the goal and the plan that I have for the future. See, I have trained under two different coaches, one from Bangalore in India and one from Spain. So, both of them have been ruthless. Both of them have only taught me one thing. If I don't feel like quitting the sport every day, that means I'm not doing something right. So when I go to sleep, I got to feel like I got to quit the sport. So that much of an intense, that much of commitment that I have to give to a sport, where I feel like quitting it every day, but then the next day morning I wake up and I'm ready for the next day's session. That's something that I've learned, and the passion and the love towards sports keeps you going. And these have been this is what I've dreamt of. This day, or representing your country at the Olympics or the Paralympics, having sleepless nights, visualizing that dream is something that cannot happen overnight. That has to happen over the years of so much of dedication, so much of hard work, so much of sacrifice. um, I haven't seen myself being so socially active in the past 5 years, because I know that if I can make it to such a big event, uh, that's been my dream. I can have these small sacrifices of probably not going to a party, not going to a function, um, probably not having so much of hangouts with your friends, but at the end of the day, it's something what you love and something what you do. I mean, definitely, it's gonna be a tough task. People might say you'll not be able to do it. There might be hurdles, there might be critics, but you got to keep that patience and years of hard work. And when I say that, the Olympics happen once in 4 years, but the preparation happens every single day. So if you're going to keep that patience, if you're going to keep that perseverance, if you love what you do and do what you love, you're going to reach that success.